we have also helped many people who are seniors. We are helping vulnerable Canadians, and we will continue to do that.
Central Okanagan, Similkameen Nicola.
Speaker, the United States, the United Kingdom, and Australia are all acting on high gas prices. Even Germany slashed its fuel tax by $16 billion. Our Canadian government, zip, zero, nothing, nada. Conservatives proposed exempting GST from fuel to give Canadians a break at the pumps, but the Spend EP Liberals voted against it. Will this Prime Minister take a cue from other G7 leaders and start acting on high gas prices, or is the only acting that he enjoys doing these days is playing a Prime Minister on TV?
The Honourable Deputy Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, we understand that inflation is a global phenomenon. We understand that it is very much driven today by Putin's illegal war in Ukraine, and that is why we are so active on that issue. But we also understand it is causing real hardship for Canadian families, and that's why our government has acted. We created the CCB, which is indexed to inflation, and now a single mother with 2 children will receive up to $13,666 from this benefit. OAS indexed to inflation going up by 10% this year, and of course, early learning and childcare, Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable Member for Central Okanagan, Similkameen Nicola.
More recycled talking points aren't going to help people on low income due to inflation. Nearly half of all Canadians say skyrocketing grocery bills are making it impossible to feed their families, and food banks are at a breaking point. Economists say inflation started in meat products, but now it's broadened to the most common food items due to rising gas prices. Will the Spend EP Liberals cut taxes at the pumps to help curb grocery inflation, or was it their plan all along, Mr. Speaker, to simply pass it on, the burden, to food banks?
The Honourable Deputy Prime Minister, Minister of Finance.
You know, Mr. Speaker, when it comes to the most vulnerable Canadians, precisely the people who need to rely on food banks, we will take absolutely no lessons from the Conservatives when it comes to supporting them. In 2015, when we formed government, more than 5.1 million Canadians lived in poverty. In 2019, the last year for which we have figures, that number had dropped to below 3.8 million. We have programs indexed to inflation, supporting the most vulnerable, and there's more support in the budget, Mr. Speaker.